Most people assume starting a company in Kiribati is complicated, slow, and only possible if you have legal experts or government connections. And because of that assumption, they never even look into it properly. But here's the truth, no one tells you. The process is actually structured, straightforward, and once you understand the steps clearly, you can legally register a company in Kiribati without unnecessary confusion. But here's the real problem. Most delays don't happen because the system is difficult. They happen because people choose the wrong business structure or fail to prepare basic documentation correctly from the start. So in this video, you are going to learn the complete step-by-step process to start a company in Kiribati in 2026. And stay with me, because in a few minutes I'll show you the one mistake that causes most applications to get delayed or rejected without warning. Now let's start from the foundation. Before you register anything in Kiribati, you need to understand the business structures available. This is where most beginners make their first mistake, and that mistake can affect taxes, liability, banking approval, and long-term business operations. In Kiribati, the most common business structures include sole proprietorships, partnerships, and companies, limited by shares. Each structure serves a different purpose depending on your goals. Let's simplify this. If someone like John wants to open a small fishing supply shop in South Tarawa, a sole proprietorship might be enough. It is simple, fast, and low cost. But here's the downside. There is no separation between personal and business liabilities. If the business owes money, John is personally responsible. Now, imagine someone like Alex who wants to build an online business, serve international clients, or operate a scalable company. In that case, a company limited by shares makes more sense because it separates personal assets from business risk and improves credibility with banks and partners. Now here's where it gets interesting. In a minute, I'll show you how choosing the wrong structure can quietly block your ability to open a business bank account or work with international payment systems, even if your company is fully legal. Now let's move to the first official step. Step 1 is choosing and registering your company name. In Kiribati, company registration is handled by government authorities responsible for business regulation and incorporation. Your company name must be unique and cannot be identical or confusingly similar to an existing registered entity. So the process starts with a name search. You submit your proposed name, and the registry checks availability. If approved, the name is reserved while you complete incorporation. Now here's a mistake many beginners make. They rush this step and pick names that sound fine locally, but are not suitable for long-term branding or international business use. For example, overly generic names can reduce trust when dealing with banks or foreign clients. And here's a retention moment for you. In a few minutes, I'll show you how your company name can directly affect banking approval, and even your ability to receive international payments smoothly. Now once your name is approved, you move to incorporation. This is where your company becomes a legal entity. To incorporate a company in Kiribati, you need to prepare official documents. These usually include the memorandum and articles of association, details of directors and shareholders, a registered office address, and your share structure. Let's break that down simply. Your memorandum and articles define how your company operates. It includes your business purpose, internal rules, and governance structure. Your directors are the individuals responsible for managing the company. This can be one person or multiple people, depending on your setup. Your shareholders are the owners of the company. If you own everything, you are the sole shareholder. Your registered office is the official address where legal documents and government correspondence are sent. Now here's where most people struggle. They assume incorporation is complex or requires expensive legal drafting. But in reality, many company registrations follow standard templates provided by the registry. The real challenge is accuracy and completeness. But here's the catch. Even small mistakes like inconsistent names, missing identification documents, or incorrect addresses can delay approval significantly. And this is where many applicants lose time without realizing it. The system is not difficult. It is detail sensitive. Now let's move forward. In Kiribati, depending on your business activity, you may also need additional licenses or permits. This is especially important for industries such as fishing, tourism, retail trade, or import-export activities. Now here's where it gets interesting. Many beginners assume all businesses are treated the same. But Kiribati regulates certain industries more strictly due to economic importance and resource management. So understanding your business category is essential before you submit your application. Now once your documents are prepared, they are submitted to the relevant government authority for review. If everything is correct, your company is approved and you receive your certificate of incorporation. This is the official legal document confirming your company exists in Kiribati. Now pause here for a second, because this is important. At this stage, many people think they are fully ready to operate. But they are missing critical steps required for banking, taxation, and full operational readiness. And in a moment, I'll show you what happens if you try to open a bank account without preparing properly. Now let's talk about taxation. In Kiribati, businesses may be subject to local tax obligations depending on structure and activity. The tax system is relatively simple compared to larger economies, but compliance is still required. Now here's where beginners get confused. They think smaller countries mean no tax obligations. That is not accurate. You still need to comply with local tax registration and reporting rules. So clarity matters here. Now, let's add another layer. If you plan to hire employees in Kiribati, you must comply with labor regulations. This includes employment contracts, fair wages, and adherence to local labor standards. Now, here's a curiosity loop. In a few minutes, I'll show you how skipping employment compliance can create legal issues, even if you only hire one part-time worker. Now let's talk about something very practical. Your business bank account. Once your company is incorporated, you need a corporate bank account to operate professionally. Banks will require incorporation documents, identification of directors and shareholders, proof of address, and a clear explanation of your business activity. Now here's the problem many entrepreneurs face. They assume incorporation automatically guarantees banking approval. But banks operate under strict compliance rules. If your business model is unclear or your documentation is inconsistent, your application can be delayed or rejected. Let's make this real. Imagine Alex sets up an online consulting company in Kiribati. If Alex cannot clearly explain how clients are acquired, how payments are received, and what services are delivered, the bank may hesitate. So clarity is more important than complexity. Now let's move into compliance and ongoing obligations. After incorporation, your company must remain compliant. This includes maintaining accurate records, updating changes in directors or shareholders, and filing any required reports depending on local regulations. If you fail to comply, your company can be removed from the registry. And restoring it later is often more expensive and time-consuming than maintaining it properly from the start. So consistency matters more than speed. Now let's talk about timeline and cost. Company registration in Kiribati can be relatively straightforward if documents are complete. But delays usually happen when information is missing or inconsistent. Costs vary depending on structure, government fees, and whether you use professional assistance. But here's the key insight most people miss. The biggest factor affecting speed is not the government system. It is preparation quality and documentation accuracy. Now let's cover common mistakes. One major mistake is choosing a structure without considering banking requirements. Another is submitting incomplete or inconsistent documents. Another is ignoring tax and employment obligations. And another big one is assuming registration alone means you are fully ready to operate globally. And here's the mistake I promised earlier. Many entrepreneurs successfully register their company, but fail at the banking or payment stage because they cannot clearly explain their business model or provide consistent documentation. Even a fully legal company can struggle if it does not pass financial due diligence. So incorporation is only the beginning. Now, let's bring everything together. To start a company in Kiribati, you begin by selecting the right business structure. Then you register and reserve your company name. After that, you prepare incorporation documents and submit them to the relevant authority. Once approved, you receive your certificate of incorporation. Then you register for tax obligations if required, comply with labor laws if you hire employees, open a business bank account with complete documentation, apply for any required industry licenses, and maintain ongoing compliance through proper record keeping. That is the complete legal roadmap. And here is the most important takeaway. Starting a company is not just about registration. It is about building a structure that supports banking, compliance, and long-term business growth. If you understand the process early, you avoid delays, banking issues, and legal complications later. And now you have a complete step-by-step guide to starting a company in Kiribati in 2026 with clarity and confidence. If you found this useful, like the video, leave a comment about what type of business you are planning to start, and subscribe because in the next guide, I'll show you how to get your first customers even if you are starting from zero.